Welcome back to Hannity. First Lady Michelle Obama recently gave the commencement address at Tuskegee University in Alabama. She used this opportunity to include some shocking comments on race and discrimination in America. Let's watch this.
We've both felt the sting of those daily slights throughout our entire lives. The folks who crossed the street in fear of their safety, the clerks who kept a close eye on us in all those department stores, the people at formal events who assumed we were the help, and those who have questioned our intelligence, our honesty, even our love of this country. And I know that these little indignities are obviously nothing compared to what folks across the country are dealing with every single day. Those nagging worries that you're going to get stopped or pulled over for absolutely no reason. The road ahead is not going to be easy. It never is, especially for folks like you and me. Because while we've come so far, the truth is that those age-old problems are stubborn, and they haven't fully gone away. And all of that is going to be a heavy burden to carry. It can feel isolating. It can make you feel like your life somehow doesn't matter, that you're like the invisible man that Tuskegee grad Ralph Ellison wrote about all those years ago. And as we've seen over the past few years, those feelings are real. They're rooted in decades of structural challenges that have made too many folks feel frustrated and invisible. And those feelings are playing out in communities like Baltimore and Ferguson and so many others across this country.
All right, we bring back our studio audience. How many think she hit the right message there? Show of hands.
She did.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. How many think she gave the wrong message? Okay, let's go to Rod. We've been friends a long time. Well, it sounded to me angry. It sounded to me that everyone's going to have struggles, and there is residual racism. Nobody's disputing it. But I argue that 95% of Americans, the worst thing you could call them is a racist. And I don't think she was recognizing that, nor telling them, I'm the First Lady, in spite of problems I might have had. My husband's the President of the United States, in spite of Sean Hannity not wanting a liberal in the White House.
Sure, but I think, Sean, what she was trying to do, she was more passionate than anything in her speech. And I think she was trying to really relate to the audience. And I'll tell you, I listened to her speech. I listened to everything she said, Sean, and I could actually feel the tenor in her voice. I could feel exactly what she was saying.
You didn't feel anger. I felt anger.
I didn't feel anger. No, I felt passion, and I felt experience from her. And to me, she sounded like the First Lady. I have to give her that credit.
I have to say, honestly, she's the First Lady of the country. He's the President of the United States. Who here, I was born in 1970. Who could have told me 45 years ago that I'd be looking at a two-term black president? Granted, I don't agree with his policies, a lot of his policies, but he is a two-term elected president
that's
of
to
the
me
United
the message,
States.
right?
That's the message
Denise,
right
what'd you
there.
think of it?
I believe both Obamas have missed a golden opportunity really to promote how exceptional our country is. Michelle Obama played identity politics, and it's President Obama, Eric Holder, Jesse Jackson, across the board. Identity politics, they want to divide our country, and instead of uniting Americans, we hear this rhetoric on a regular basis, and to talk like that at a graduation ceremony, I found it very discouraging, and I found that, but because of her position, she could have done a much better job to talk about how she got from Chicago to Ivy League schools to the White House, and if I can do it, you can do it too.
That was what I thought, Tom.
That was a message of this.
Well, go ahead.
But that is what she was saying, and it bothers me when an African-American woman speaks clearly and forcefully about something. All of a sudden, she's angry. She was talking about the true issues, because regardless of your income level, regardless of how much education you have, they're still. No,
Stacey's responding to you. Hang on.
No,
Yes,
can I finish?
No.
Go ahead.
She sounded She sounded ungrateful.
No, but you all are wrong.
One at a time.
Ungrateful. She's the first black woman to be the First Lady of the United States of America. She should be proud. She should be trying. No.
She should be gracious.
Gracious.
Hold on a second, Sean.
One at a time.
What she did.
Let Stacey finish. Go ahead.
Even if she has that opinion, there's a way to express it without causing division. She should be trying to unite. That is the only, like they say, united we stand, divided we fall.
We keep
Which is why we are falling.
You all are playing one clip of a long commencement speech that was very powerful, that was very inspirational. And when you have someone who's in this position, and she was doing the right thing, she was speaking at Tuskegee University and telling students, you have the right to, just because you have negative issues going against you, you will be great. And that's what she was saying.
We have come a long way to see a black woman up there as the first lady. She should have been saying, this is where I am right now. Yes. This is why I am here, and you should aspire to this.
Yes.
She should have not.
Wait. Let him finish. Wait, go ahead.
That's what she said.
No.
She said, we have come a long way, and we have a long way to go. What part of that did you not hear?
I didn't hear that.
You're missing the message. Did you see the entire speech?
You know why? Because there were too many negatives.
Hang on.
There were too many negatives in there for me to, I mean.
Did you see the entire speech?
If I was there.
Did you see the entire speech? No,
exactly.
because you're playing a clip, and that is the problem.
There were many clips,
you're playing a
and
clip
if I was in there, I would have walked out thinking that, you know what?
You all were.
This is bad. This is bad. This is terrible.
If I was in there,
hang on, one at a time.
My commencement speech.
Every time the Democrats do this, and people that are in power that are black, and there's a lot of powerful black people in this country. Baltimore is a good example.
Exactly.
Okay? And every time they do this, they harken back to the 1960s. They harken back to slavery.
Right.
But instead of it being a powerful message of overcoming, it's always used as a reminder.
Can I just make an observation? I'm looking at an audience, predominantly black Americans, all of you successful in huge ways. And I think the message, my only disagreement with you is, I listened to the tone, and I'm like, she made it. This country has righted wrongs, thankfully, corrected injustices, thankfully, made progress, thankfully, and most people are not who she was describing. And I felt that was unfair.
But a lot of people are, Sean. I'm a criminal defense lawyer, and I know about profiling. I know how situations such as Ferguson, how a large percentage of people of color
Hey, Sean, when you got,
I got a question.
Put into those positions.
When the president, as a criminal defense attorney,
yes,
when Obama mentions the Cambridge police, Trayvon Martin, Ferguson, Missouri, Freddie Gray, in his city of Chicago, how many blacks have been killed? You don't know their names.
President,
wait. Why doesn't he ever talk about that?
Sean, when the president,
I've never heard him talk about it.
Let's take
his own home city.
Wait a second. Each case you're talking about. First of all, Trayvon Martin case, although George Zimmerman was found not guilty, he was wrong for approaching Trayvon. We do know that. The Freddie Gray case, this man was alive and well.
Trayvon Martin grounded and pounded, according to the one eyewitness in that case, sir.
No, Trayvon Martin.
There was an eyewitness that said he saw Trayvon ground and pound
with a gun. That's self-defense as well.
Well, he shouldn't be involved with this. He should not be involved as the president.
No, talk about it.
Where was he? Where was he when 2 officers got killed in New York? Where was he? Hold on a second. Where was he when 2 of my officers got assassinated in New York? Nobody from that White House other than Biden was there. Where was the Attorney General? Where was Loretta when this poor kid got shot in the face twice last week? No representation from the federal government. I get upset about it. They run to Ferguson. They run all over the place. How about our cops that are out there dying like yesterday almost?
And how about the African American kids who are dying at the hands of cops?
We got to take a break. When we return, Dr. Alveda King will join us, and Milwaukee County Sheriff David Clark will join us to weigh in on the racial divide from coast to coast, and then later tonight.
I think that white supremacy is so insidious and ingrained in this institution that you don't even have to have a white person around, right, to have white supremacy play out.
So is media coverage of the racial tensions in this country hurting or helping our audience? They'll weigh in and much more straight ahead.